What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ICNVDE Driver Position. And today we're going to have the conversation literally based on the C8 Z06. I know a lot of you think I've been bashing the E-Ray, and I always get the comment that the E-Ray is a better car than the C8 Z06, and that the C8 Z06 is serving just as hard times or having just as bad times as the C8 E-Ray when it comes to sales. So today I'm going to address it. Has the C8 Z06 become just another Corvette? Or should I say, is the C8 Z06 hype really over? Let's talk about it. Okay, so here's the thing. The Corvette E-Ray has picked up a little traction, but at the same point in time, it's a lot of the Corvette E-Ray owners that are now trying to say the C8 Z06 isn't as great of a car as we actually would like to believe, and that the Corvette E-Ray is actually a little better. There have been a lot of videos speculating, or should I say, that's popping up as of lately, to say that the E-Ray is actually the better performing supercar than the Corvette C8 Z06. Now, honestly, the E-Ray has always been a nice vehicle. It has been a nice concept. It has been a nice design. But when you come down to the actual performance aspects of the vehicle, the E-Ray has a lot of instant power that's delivered based off the electric motors to make the performance aspect of the car more engaging and better than your base model C8. But the problem with adding these extra electronics to make this happen is you remove the actual thrill of the drive from the car. You also get a lot of performance that isn't consistent. Now, the argument that you get from a lot of E-Ray owners is that it doesn't take that long to recharge the battery. But the problem is the battery can actually be drained, which even for the shortest stint, which may be 30 seconds or a minute, you don't have all the performance to keep up with what is naturally created by the C8 Z06. Now, overall, when you start to drive the two cars, what you really start to realize is the E-Ray with its all-wheel drive capabilities because of the electric motors actually becomes more of a safety blanket for many. So as I find a lot of E-Ray owners, many of them actually, how can I say this? Many of these owners actually compliment the fact that it's harder to lose control of the E-Ray as making it a better car. Many of these owners make the E-Ray's technology overcompensate for their lack of driving abilities and think because of that, it means the car is a better performing vehicle. Whereas when it comes to the C8 Z06, you're getting more of a raw performance car that's going to beat you up a little bit and challenge your driving capabilities. Now, for people who love to drive at higher speeds and look for breathtaking performance, the E-Ray has a place where it's like an instant punch, but the Z06 hits a little different. The Z06 delivers higher end performance. I say this again over and over again because at many times you can see the performance come out of this car, or you can see the performance when you look at other videos, but ultimately, let's be real, a large part of the reason we're having this conversation is because many people have been coming to me saying the E-Ray is a better car, it sells better, and the Z06 is just overhyped. And now that their C8 Z06 is staying on the marketplace just a tad bit longer than what has been the normal turnaround time, they want to say it's because the C8 E-Ray is actually a better car. Well, let's debunk all this. First off, if you search for new Z06s on the market space, right? And let's go back to 2023 when they first came out. There is one brand new 2023 Corvette C8 Z06 still on the marketplace that was never sold. I actually look at this car multiple times as something I potentially may purchase, but honestly, because it's a coupe, it really loses its flavor with me, but it does have a lot of options on this car. Honestly, it's actually a very high MSRP, which is one of the main reasons I feel like a lot of C8 Z06s don't sell. It's not the point the car is no longer desired like many people try to say. It's the actual fact that the C8 Z06 was spec'd out so high it just doesn't make a logical purchase. Meaning that many people aren't in the $170,000, $180,000 C8 Z06 price range. And the people that are in that type of price range at this point in time are trying to manifest, wiggle, hoping, praying, and complaining daily that the C8 ZR1 is overpriced and the MSR payment over MSR payment, request purchase, slash yada yada yada, is unfair because they're waiting for an opportunity to take that leap at a C8 ZR1. So when you look at a C8 Z06, just like this example right here, what in the right mind would make somebody say ordering a $200,000 C8 Z06 is a logical build? It's not. But yet here we have a C8 Z06 that's MSRP is over $200,000. So what's going to happen? In order for this car to sell, you're going to have to discount it 20 to 30 grand. No dealer right now is going to issue that type of discount on this car. And at the same point in time, that means you're looking for somebody to pay $170,000 for a C8 Z06, which just may never happen. So when will this car sell? I have no clue. But when you go back and look at these cars that are struggling to sell from previous years, you're talking about $170,000 C8 Z06, $180,000 C8 Z06, $160,000 C8 Z06. And these are just the 2023s and 2024 model cars that did not sell. When you look at the Corvette E-Ray in this end, the 2025 cars that did not sell, brand new, and the few 2024s, well, the 2024 cars are $150,000, $160,000 MSRPs for a C8 E-Ray. We knew that car was going to struggle to sell from the moment they said the E-Ray was coming out. But when you step into 2025, you have brand new E-Rays that are struggling to sell. You don't have Z06s priced at $130,000 in the 2026 model year or 2025 model year that's struggling to sell. This is the range or the amount of money people are willing to spend on a C8 Z06. It's when you cross into those astronomical MSRPs, 160,000 plus, borderline some 150 cars, I would say even some 145 and higher cars. These are the cars that struggle to sell. So when you try to portray that the reason the Z06 is not selling is because the hype is gone or the performance, people are starting to realize the performance of this car is not better than the E-Ray, you're twisting the facts and the information that's actually available. The reason why the C8 Z06 is struggling to sell is because there are people who aren't in that price range. The true car enthusiasts understand that the highest revving, naturally aspirated, flat plane crank, 8-cylinder car is the car you want to own. What I will sit there and say about the C8 E-Ray and the C8 Z06, there will be more performance add-ons for the C8 E-Ray. And if you're looking to get more out of your car in the long run with aftermarket options to boost the performance, the E-Ray is the way to go. But most people who are buying C8 E-Rays, most Corvette loyalists, enthusiasts, and so forth, really don't believe in modifying their car. So the C8 E-Ray gives them the comfortability of having good performance while still relying on the V8 platform that they've grown to love throughout the years. The Z06 is just a different animal. And although this animal is untamed and many people fear it, they try to make the people who are looking to do something different afraid of making a purchase because there's no history with it. There's no reliability. think the real problem is you're looking at videos where people are comparing the driving styles of the cars. They're not putting the performance head to head against each other. And the E-Ray, which I have said before, is pretty much the better daily driver. If you're looking to get daily driving capabilities and performance out of a car, the E-Ray is probably the best and most logical way to go. But if you're looking to get the best performance out of a car, and we're not talking 0 to 60 times, we're not talking anything on the low end. We're talking if you're trying to get the best performance out of a car once it's moving. The E-Ray can't compete with the C8 Z06. So the ownership of the car really determines which car is really better, but the cars not selling can't be the reason you utilize to say which car is actually better, because at the end of the day, the E-Ray production is nowhere near the Z06 production. And with the Z06 production closing in on 17,000 units since 2023, when you look at possibly, I believe it's 800 or 1,600 cars available in the market space when it comes to the C8 Z06 new and used, that percentage is still lower than what's available on the new market for C8 E-Ray. Don't think because as of lately you're seeing more C8 Z06s for sale longer than before and there being more new cars available. A lot of that just has to do with the change in time, the change in interior, but more so than any, the high MSRP build sheets for these cars. So I don't really want to drag this conversation out longer than it has to be, but what I will sit there and say to you is that this topic is not going to fade away, especially the more people who become E-Ray owners. All I can sit there and say to you is this: the E-Ray is an amazing car. The more people that get behind the wheel will truly like it. They fear the batteries, they fear the electronic components, they fear the ownership because it's something new. And a lot of times what I hear from people is too much technology is a bad thing. So if you don't like technology, you will veer away from the E-Ray. If you're afraid that technology can break, or should I say, a lot of Corvette owners are on fixed incomes. So they fear the cost associated with maintaining more tech in a car. So when you let all that circulate and sit in, this is one of the main reasons the E-Ray doesn't sell. The performance of the E-Ray is arguably, or should I say, it's hard to deny any argument about it. But at the end of the day, if you want to be honest about it, GM will not sell the Corvette Z06 at a higher price than the Corvette E-Ray if in the end the Z06 isn't the better performing car. That's what you have to let sink in. So yes, as I've been told countless times over and over again, that if you're looking for the most performance that you can drive legally, go get your E-Ray. If you're looking for the best performance that you can push to the limits, it's the Z06. And I completely agree. As for myself, I like to push the limits. So I believe at the end of the day, my heart says Z06, my pocket says E-Ray. And people laugh when I say that because I feel like I'm more of a logical purchase owner, and the discounts that are given on E-Rays still outweigh the discounts given on Z06s. And because of that, you can find so many E-Rays that are affordable. Whereas Z06s are falling in price, but they're not as affordable as an E-Ray. And the more Z06s that become affordable, you see people jump over the E-Ray, even at a reasonable price, to purchase the higher Z06 that has got more attainable. So let that sink in. But again, this is not a conversation that's going to go away. So we can talk about it again another day when you bring it back up to me again. But for now, ICNV Driver Edition. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the ICNV Driver Edition community. We are an interactive community, which means if you hit me up on any one of my social media platforms or in the comments below, I'll do my best to respond. And if the topic you bring up, just like this one, is interesting enough, I may even shoot a video on it. But don't forget, We were all made in his image and given dominion over the world, which means we weren't just meant to be. So chase your dreams, build your visions, never ever give up, and embrace your own identity. It is okay to be unique. He's not done with you, and he's definitely not done with me. We were all given unique gifts to become the best version of us that we can possibly be. So step into your calling and be the blessing to the world that you were meant to be. Just remember to stay humble, stay focused, and stay blessed. And I'll see you in these streets. Peace.